forefront of the generation and the good omen of the new life, signals the faces of the children and draw on their foreheads the marks of values, norms, and environment. The innocence and nature of childhood calls for someone to care and guide it to the path of charity, beauty, and work. The teenager is tired with the longing of life, youth, and the responsibility towards the self and the society. War, the war with its ugly face, draws the features of grief and illiteracy on the life of those teenagers. The reality of vagrancy, loss, and family breakup have been opposed on most of them by immigration and poverty. And so the leaving of education or breakdown of the educational periods were one of the features of this sorrow reality. In Sudan, this generous land, there are always cooperation of public and official efforts, governmental and civil ones, where the portrait of Nafir and the collaboration of beneficency and pity siege all the negativeness in the society until it recovers. From the maternal train of this country came the Child Development Organization, feeling its duties and pushed with the challenge to foster the educational loss in the section of vagabond children and the children suffering from war, displacement, and poverty. The organization serves them with handicraft and vocational training and organizes social and cultural programs to develop their skills and promote their ideas and talents to make out of a man gifted from God and from Sudan the generation of the future, peace and construction, and to build for the children a world free from vagrancy, wars and loss. The Child Development Organization has been established in accordance with the regulations of the Humanitarian Aid Commission and the issuance of the first institutional meeting of the Board of Trustees of the organization was in September 2001, where the chairman of the Board of Trustees was elected and formed the Executive Performance Follow-up Committee under the chairmanship of the Director of the Board of Trustees. And then the General Director of the organization has been appointed, who on his side established the Executive Office that is responsible of the administration and follow-up of the projects. The organization targets the teenagers at the age of 13 to 17 with its programs, which are the most sensitive periods of human life, where it connects the period of childhood with youth. The organization issued its first project at Alban Handicraft Institute at East Nile locality with the partnership of the Ministry of Education, where it accepts 60 children of the targeted sections in the field of general electricity, yield, encasement, and cars mechanics in 6-month training course, where the student offered a credited certificate from the Ministry of Education. This work has been fulfilled in coordination with a number of vagrancy welfare organizations and Orphans Warrant, where the organization started its programs from the place where those organizations have stopped. In order to complete the organization message towards those children, it established a follow-up and employment mechanism that care for the trainees after graduation and try to employ them in the institutions or offer them working and production equipments. Some bodies like the Malaysian Factory for Iron and Steel and Hajjar Group agreed to employ some of them, while the Zakat Chamber agreed to offer them working equipments. The organization, after its pioneer experiment at Alban Handicraft Institution, is preparing now for an ambitious project of a strategic training for 2,000 teenagers during 3 years. This project will be as a partnership with a number of governmental bodies and private sector, local and foreign NGOs, and the United Nations organization. Under the slogan, "An occupation in a hand is a step towards distinction," the practical studies are now being conducted on this project for its implementation in order to cope with the need of working market and other studies to indicate the targeted group. The suggested regions to implement those projects are Khartoum State, Bahr el-Jabal State, Juba region, and Nuba Mountains region. Childhood continue to be the future of the nations, and together with our efforts, the sun of Sudan will shine in an area full of peace, construction, and development.